Make Alexis believe that I was going to kill him. What I felt I was going to do to him was for real.
You got this guy standing across the ring from you, and he's got this attitude and this aura about him that he doesn't care if he dies.
I think he personified in Alexis all the things he could never be.
Most importantly, respected.
From Managua, Nicaragua, Mr. Alexis Arguello!
Pryor felt slighted. He was introduced in a distinctly different manner than the man trying to take his title.
Pryor!
I'm the champion, and you can't say Mr. Pryor, you said Mr. Arguello. You know, I said, man, I'm gonna get you. You can't beat me. You're gonna wish you hadn't took this fight.
Pryor with the first punch. He scores with a right hand. Up tempo right from the opening bell.
They were throwing bombs from the get-go and never stopped.
Pryor with a right hand that scores on Pryor, whose legs buckle for a moment.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets knocked down the first round.
Pryor put the pressure on him. I mean, you'd thought it was a one-round bout instead of a 15-round bout.
Well, there weren't too many who expected this fight to go the distance, and at this pace, there is simply no way that it can. Arguello is letting Pryor fight his fight. And another right hand, and Arguello back to the ropes again. That hurt Arguello. Arguello holds on here as Pryor forces the attack.
And there was silence. People, Arguello's fans were just totally in shock.
I couldn't even move because I was just watching my dad get his ass beat.
He just kept saying, come on, that's nothing.
Most boxing experts theorized if Pryor, a 2-to-1 underdog, had any chance to win, he'd have to knock out Arguello early.
Originally, Pryor's handlers wanted it to be a 12-round fight, and my dad wanted it to be a 15-round fight because he knew that if he got Pryor past 10, that it was in the bag for him.
After the second round, Pryor's trainer, Panama Lewis, instructed him to drink from a specific bottle.
Give me a drink, man, and a mix. One and a mix.
A move that would later raise suspicion.
Whatever it was mixing, that bottle gave Pryor more energy.
Pryor again rushing off the stool at Alexis Arguello.
Pryor, who had made short work of most of his opponents, set a frantic pace early in the fight.
I don't think I've ever seen Arguello have to fight so hard, so persistently in the first few rounds of a fight.
Arguello struggled to counter Pryor's relentless attack. As the fight progressed, Arguello began to connect.
But he did score with an uppercut, another left hand. Arguello back with a right hand of his own.
And then in the middle rounds, he started to make this comeback, and you went, okay, now this is what we're more used to seeing.
Maybe the 7th or 8th round started to come around, and my dad started landing more shots.
And there's a right hand, and that might have hurt Pryor.
One time he hit me,
There's a hard right hand by Arguello.
and I thought he knocked my head off.
As Arguello closed the gap and the fight drew even, Pryor, the angry brawler, changed his approach.
He was expecting me to come in swinging. I knew I couldn't beat him that way.
It's really impressive to see Aaron Pryor as a boxer.
You can't find some of the moves in the book. He was creating in that fight.
You notice the way he bobs and weaves, throws it with the left hand, the right hand. He's capable of throwing punches from all angles.
He was like a Michelangelo.
And see, Arguello can't deal with the boxer. He has trouble with all boxers, and Pryor's doing the right thing now.
And Pryor was boxing him from outside. And Alexis was hitting him, but he was hitting him on the end of the punches, you know. And so therefore you're sacrificing your power.
He never had any reaction but a smile to one of my dad's punches.
Every time he get a big punch, he laughed. I say, well, man, this is crazy.
Pryor smiles at him at the bell.
I have no idea why Aaron Pryor wanted any more of those shots.
He just wasn't strong enough to knock me out.
This fight had all the billings, of course. Brawler, boxer, good versus evil. What it all comes down to is two guys in an 18-foot square.
A close fight in the eye of any impartial viewer. If the fight had been scheduled for 12 rounds as Pryor's camp had requested, the bout would have ended in scandal.
I believe the Spanish official was judging every round for Arguello. And so we were kind of getting worried. The worst that could happen is for a fight to go the distance, and then somebody has it by 1 point one way or the other point, and then somebody has it 10 points the other way.
As you see it now, the fight's dead even.
Just about dead even, yes.
This was for real. Aaron Pryor had to knock him out or he would have lost the fight.
This is the 13th round. It is still anybody's guess.
Having knocked out 29 of 31 opponents, Aaron Pryor had fought past 10 rounds only once in his career. Alexis Arguello had built his reputation in these final championship rounds.
That was the best punch of the fight.
My head went back and I could see the lights in the ceiling up there.
That was like target practice.
I was so concentrated on him that was nothing. I took that shot up. I ate that shot.
When Alexis hit a guy with those kind of shots, 9 times out of 10, they go down. But he fought a different animal, and Aaron Pryor.
I think Aaron got to a point, his mind just went to another place. No matter what, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going to get beat today.
2 rounds away from the respect Aaron Pryor always thought he deserved, he sat across from a 3-time champion and a potential hometown decision.
Punch back. Win these 2 last rounds. 6 minutes. You can fight for 6 minutes.
Once again, Panama Lewis asked Pryor to drink from the mysterious black bottle.
Give me that bottle. The one I mixed.
Pryor brought everything from the inner city and the ghetto with him.
Panama Lewis telling Aaron Pryor that he had to win these next 2 rounds.
Everybody did anything to him that night was with him. That's what Alexis meant to him.
Pryor a left jab and a combination again. And Arguello's in trouble. Arguello in big trouble against the ropes. Pryor going for the kill, trying to put him away. Arguello trying to cover up. A smashing right hand. Arguello's helpless against the ropes. Arguello's hands to the side. It's over. Aaron Pryor has retained his junior welterweight championship. Arguello slips to the canvas. What a victory for Aaron Pryor.
Incredible, Barry. Never seen anything like that before.
This time, he reacted by going back to the ropes and allowing me to rush him. I just kept throwing punches, I said, like, they got not take this fight from me. They're not gonna take this fight from me.
It was definitely a matter of pride that he wanted to stay up there. No, I'm not gonna go down. I'll take all your shots, but I'm not gonna go down.
He never lost his courage until he slinked back. When I caught him with the overhand right, boom.
And the last flurry that ended it by Pryor was as brutal, as ruthless as anything I've ever seen in the ring.
The way it looks in the middle of the ring was like it was hurt bad.
I mean, this was not just a knockout, you know, he was hurt.
Alexis Arguello felt he had disappointed those close to him.
I'll just remember him coming over to me and hugging me and crying and telling me that he was sorry, and that was it.
So many people crying because people love him so much.
He just apologized, and I didn't know why, you know. It's like, I was like, Dad, you know, why are you apologizing? You don't have to say sorry. Why apologize to me and to me only? It was just to me that he looked at me in my eyes and he was like, I'm sorry. That was an uncomfortable situation.
As Aaron Pryor celebrated his greatest victory, a controversy brewed. The newly formed Miami Boxing Commission had neglected to collect urine samples after the bout.
The local commission is in charge of the test, and so the local commission really blew it.
The absence of a post-fight drug test focused national attention on a transaction occurring in Pryor's corner shortly before the final round.
Give me that bottle. The one I mixed.
Trainer Panama Lewis, as he had also done after the second round, requested a specific bottle, one that he mixed. Boxing rules permit only the usage of water in the corner.
We saw the tape where Panama was furious and asking for the other bottle, not the one that I mixed. I don't think you mix water with water.
Media had already, you know, made me the villain.
I don't doubt that there was some sort of stimulant in that bottle. I really don't, in retrospect.
Someone had said schnapps was in it.
It was used to control diarrhea.
And he didn't need a bottle to get through that. I think that was a way of Panama injecting himself into a very pivotal part of that fight.
Well, Aaron Pryor just came on strong. I don't know where he got the energy from.
But one thing I do know, and I'm sure the boxing fans know, that Aaron Pryor didn't need that bottle, whatever it was.
My pride is what is involved in the rematch with Alexis.
While Arguello never contested Pryor's victory, The black bottle fueled demand for a rematch.
He came up and asked me, did I have anything in the black bottle? This is why I took the second fight with him, and why I told him apart.
In the most anticipated rematch since the Thriller in Manila between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor will again go to war.
The second fight, he didn't have the black bottle. Knocked him out in 10 instead of 14. Beat him up worse.
Here goes Pryor again. Oh, what an uppercut to the chin of Arguello. Arguello's in trouble. He's down. He's down on his right knee, and he goes to the seat of his pants.
He knew what was going to happen if he'd have got up.
He wasn't out. He wasn't out on his feet, but he knew. He got me again. I just can't beat this guy. And he let himself get counted out.
That's it. It's all over. It's all over.
And he said, Jimmy, in all my years of boxing, he says, I've never been hit with two hands at the same time. He was just like in awe of Pryor.
I was pushing really hard, and I was really hurt. You know, I don't want to risk my life, you know.
We know what we wanted to do after this fight, and we know what we had to do during this fight. Alexis wanted to go home a 4-time world champion, and I wanted to go home with my title.
Fighters kind of reveal themselves, like, this is what I'm about, let's see what you're about.
There's a tremendous amount of respect because both of them spent probably everything they had.
It was a lot like the Thrill in Manila, just in the sense that it was two warriors, I mean, just laying it out from the beginning to the end. And I don't think there's any question it had lifelong lasting results. I mean, neither fighter was ever the same after that.
3 years after the black bottle controversy, Panama Lewis was banned from boxing for illegally stripping padding from the gloves of a fighter. Aaron Pryor, his career foreshortened by cocaine addiction, retired with a what might have been record of 39 wins against a single loss. And Alexis Arguello, who later also battled cocaine, eventually returned home to Nicaragua. Thanks for watching The Tale of Pryor Arguello.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the net